Hi, it's Jon. Lovely to meet up with you once again and do some further work on your game. Just a quick recap on the key points that we discussed. I mean, it was more of a backup session than anything, this one, where we're just affirming that what you're doing is working, it is coming on, it's improving dramatically. If we look at it from, first of all, from face on, the move through the ball, handle leading the club much better than it used to, weight's more forward at impact, handles more forward at impact, left wrist much flatter, arms much straighter, body tucking under in a more appropriate manner. That was good work based on the second session that we did, so that piece is getting in there nicely. If we look at you at the top of the backswing, the weight is more on top of the ball than it was when we first started working. So you can see the left shoulder weight's forward, left shoulder works down. There's a little bit of movement in the centre of the shoulder turn and the head in the box, if you will, but it's pretty good. It's getting where it needs to be, and it's much more stable than it was. We then talked about, on session one, are the arms coming in enough? If we take a little look at where you are here, there's a tendency to want to sort of keep the club head on the line, but the hands are working gradually inwards. And at P3 we can see that the left arm is angled in, and the shaft and the hands, if you will, are hitting the base of the right bicep by the time the left arm is parallel with the ground. So there's a nice checkpoint for you from the group. Good position at the top, much more under control, nowhere near as long as it used to be. You know, your biggest challenge now really is learning to go back to the ball from that position, because it's not really something that you've done a great deal of. As you were coming into the golf ball, on this particular shot, the club face was pretty passive. But on other occasions, you were closing that club face down very fast. So if you look at Charlie here as he's coming through the golf ball, the club face is very, very quiet. The draw is going to occur because of the positioning of the ball, the positioning of the handle, and the location of the body weight during an impact. So that draw's built in. It doesn't have to create it. The reason your club face closes down so quickly on occasion is because you're still anticipating that the ball is going to curve to the right. So you're encouraging it to start to the left, and it's something that you've had to do in the past that you don't need to do anymore. Areas that I'd like to look at sort of going forward, I'd like to tidy up the impact position in relation to the right heel popping up, improving the rotation of the hips a little bit, lowering the handle a fraction. These are all things that we can work in gradually just to make it look a little bit tidier at impact. You can see with Charlie there, the handle's a little bit lower, the right heel's a little bit lower to the ground, the hips have turned out the way a little bit more, but we need to work that in gradually. The other thing I'd like to do is tidy up the top of the backswing just a little bit as well, and then also work a little bit more on that transition and look and discuss what you should actually be doing during the early part of the downswing. But for now, keep the arms working in, get the basic pattern in there, get the arms working inwards, keep the weight forward, keep the left wrist nice and flat through the hip, and stop trying to close the club face down. Okay, good luck with it. Hope you enjoy your golf over at San Lorenzo, and I look forward to meeting up with you upon your return. Well done.